Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again. It's not a very nice day outside, so I thought I'd start this video from inside, and maybe I can get out later if the weather improves. But I thought I'd start by talking about my website and a couple of photographs that I've had printed recently. So I have a full-time day job, so I don't really have the time to run a YouTube channel and print my own photographs, post and package them, unfortunately. So what I do is I use a website provider called SmugMug. Now, just like Squarespace and other websites that are available, they have templates that you can download your photographs into and drag and drop them. They have different themes, and you can, change the colours and the look of them to have the website looking how you want it. What SmugMug also do though is they use different photographic labs around the world to actually print the work. So if someone orders one of my photographs, it gets printed and sent to them without me having to do anything. So the advantage of that is it saves me a lot of time and still allows me to get my work out there for people to see. Maybe the downside of that is you're not in control of the quality of the finished article. So what I thought I'd do is I have a couple printed for myself. I picked a couple of images that I liked. This is one of them that I would like to see on my walls, and see what the quality was like. So I'll show you the first image. I had this one printed on some Kodak paper, photographic paper, and the finish on this is a luster rather than a gloss, and as you can see it's quite big, it's 20 by 20. What I was interested with this one was whether the colours would be the same as the image. You can see it's not close. The backlit image on the screen is obviously a lot brighter, but I'm still quite pleased with how this is printed off. And I also chose this photograph because I didn't have these railings in the middle in focus very well, so I was interested to see what the print would look like. Anyway, I'll show you the second one. So this one, there's a picture of a stone chat that I took down at Start Point in Devon, and I chose this one because on the computer it looks really, really sharp. So I was interested to see if I'd lose any of that by having it printed out. Now the other thing I did with this finish is a metallic finish, and you can see in the rocks certainly down the bottom there that anything that's quite highlighted has got a very metallic look to it. So I'm really pleased with this, and it's retained the same sharpness that I can see on the computer, and yeah. So what I think I'll do is I'll show you these on the screen side by side, the actual image from the computer, and I'll take a photograph of these and try and put them side by side.
Well, the reason for my little chuckle was, as you photographers will know, it's an art form in itself, taking a photograph of a still image. But I've made my best attempt at it. Obviously the original image on the computer is backlit, so it is brighter than the print. You can compensate for this by increasing the exposure by about a stop before you print it. But I'm overall happy with the photograph and the colours. And then if you look a little bit closer, as I said, the railing in the middle wasn't quite in focus. But when you compare it with the printed version, it retains what sharpness there is. Now the stone chat photograph, I was really pleased with the sharpness, and the colours were quite warm in the original image. Now because I had it printed with this metallic luster, the resulting print had this very bronzed, warm look about it, and if you look at the rock itself, you can see the silvery metal. But as for the sharpness, I'm pretty pleased that the print retained the majority of that crisp image. In at least the bird, if you look at the rock underneath, especially to the right hand side, it's a little less.
So one of the other advantages of using a website like SmugMug is that the photographs are available in different formats. So you can have prints, or you can have canvases, some framed prints, or you can even have it printed onto a mug or a keepsake. And they're all things that I wouldn't be able to do from home. So when it comes to cost, you can either have an annual subscription or a monthly subscription. I've got an annual one because it's slightly cheaper, and there's no regular updates of the website that mean I need a monthly subscription. And it costs about the same as a decent night out. You know, a meal and a few beers. So as none of us can do that right now, then why not spend it on a website? So once I've got these two photographs framed, they'll probably end up on the wall beside this one here. If you like any of my images, just go to my website and see if they're there. I only post ones that are of good enough quality to be printed, and then have a look at the price lists. Hopefully you'll find some of them are quite reasonable. Small prints go for a few pounds, and if you want something like a canvas on the wall, then I think they go from about £30 upwards. So quite reasonable. Anyway, that's enough of me trying to sell you things. Thanks for the support. But I think it's time to get outside and see what we can see. Well, as you can see, I have got out. I'm down at the pool again, but what a different day to last week. It's just after sunrise and just after high tide. Last week it was all light and reflections, and this week it's going to be about the motion of these waves. Apologies to my friend Simon, who was down here on Friday taking this shot. Sorry for stealing your photograph, mate. I'm sure we can have a little competition on the side. Right, let's get on with it. What I'm going to do, as it's getting brighter, I'm going to start off with longer exposures, and as it gets brighter I can bring that exposure down. Probably start off at 30 seconds and probably end up with half a second. With this light, I don't think I need any polariser. There's no reflections on the water. Let's just get on with it.
Well, that's enough messing around for this morning. Gonna go home for breakfast. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave a link to my SmugMug website on my homepage, and if you can't find that, the address is simon-law.smugmug.com. Okay, well, before I get wet, I'm going to call it a day. I'll see you again next Sunday. Bye for now. Cheerio.